Welcome back to India Business Report. I'm Nidhi Dutt in Mumbai. Well, for many companies here in India, spending their hard-earned cash on charitable works is still a relatively novel idea. But that might all be about to change, with the government looking to introduce a new companies bill that's expected to say that companies should donate 2% of their profits to social development projects. That certainly stirred up debate, with many companies saying that their charitable works should remain voluntary. Neil Heathcote's been investigating whether they can really be relied upon to stump up the cash.
A tribal village deep in rural Maharashtra. In the midday sun, a group of volunteers sweats it out, building homes for local people. Sagun Bajpai has just come back to India after 15 years in the US. The kind of charitable work she saw in action there, she's brought back home to India.
When I went there, and it just sort of broadened my horizons, and I started thinking, I became more aware of how we can help others, and so that's where it started. And now that I'm here, I'm trying to do the same thing in India.
She's far from alone. America's tradition of philanthropy has inspired many who've lived or studied there, and as they return to India, that's something charities here are keen to exploit. The problem of providing affordable homes is one of the most intractable in the country. With the population growing and aspirations rising, demand for cheap housing like this is soaring. And while individuals might be happy to donate their time and their cash, charities are now looking to companies, hoping to persuade them to do the same. This project is organised by Habitat for Humanity. It works with local firms to find ways of building homes that help not just the villagers, but also their benefactors.
Actually, the companies, they're using it as team building exercise. The whole team of them, 20, 30 of them come. And we offer that proposal. I said that you can come for 3 days build. You build a home for somebody, but you can build your company, you can build HR process. So it worked out for both of them.
This is my first time to India.
The Indian Merchants Chamber in Mumbai. The guest speaker this evening, Ron Terwilliger, a US property developer who gave $100 million of his own money to charity. He's here to spread the word to the city's corporate elite. But there's still a lot of persuading to be done. Fortunes are only just being made here. It's a rare individual who decides to give it all away again.
I think it will change gradually. There's a lot of families that have amassed great wealth, but it's first generation in many cases, and they feel protective of their family position. I hope that those individuals, with encouragement, will decide, as I have decided in my relative to their wealth, modest amount of wealth, that the right thing to do is give back.
Maharashtra's governor visits the village to see how the new affordable homes are coming along. Politicians, of course, have long known the value of good publicity, and they're now pushing companies to give more of their profits to charity. Some in the private sector already back the idea.
You can definitely make it a little more compulsory for the more organized sector like listed companies or public sector companies, because there will be where there is a large shareholders activities there. Family-owned organization or privately owned organization can come at the next stage, because there you are right that they may not be as inclined, or they might say that we are doing it our way. But there has to be a beginning, and public sector itself is generating a very large amount of revenues. Part of that coming also into the system will help.
Building homes certainly makes for good publicity, but charities insist there's more to it than that. It's now up to them to win over more companies and persuade them that philanthropy is not about photo opportunities, but laying the foundations for the country's future.